Thanks, Luke. Thanks, everybody, for having us. My name is Ben Florsheim. I have the great honor to serve as mayor of the city of Middletown. And I had the mixed good fortune of growing up as the son of an adolescent mental health professional. My father is a psychologist who studied adolescent relationships, which made it very difficult to get away with a lot of things. But one of the advantages of that is that he was thinking about things in the field of public health before a lot of people were. And so when I, about a dozen years ago, got my wisdom teeth removed and got a probably 14-day Vicodin prescription, an opioid prescription, painkillers. He let me take maybe 1 or 2 days worth of that prescription, and then did what anybody who was having anybody who had that thought occur to them in the first place would be doing at that time, which was he dumped them in the toilet and flushed them down. And since that time, we have seen something that was on very few people's radars become a once-in-a-generation public health crisis that is killing thousands of Americans now every year. And we are good in elected office sometimes at identifying problems, but we are not always so good at actually solving them. And during my time in government, during my time in public life, I have seen more headlines and more attention and more, in many cases, even funding year after year after year, and the numbers continue to go in the wrong direction. And the fact is that these problems go unsolved a lot of the time because we spend our time studying them and looking at them and wondering what the silver bullet solution is going to be. And that's not an option that we have in municipal government when we're responding to emergencies. We have to either find what works to address that emergency, or the emergency goes unresolved. And we have to learn whatever lessons we can take away from that and try to improve our response. So I was very gratified for that reason when my friend Kelly from the Governor's Prevention Partnership reached out to say, we have worked with our 2 U.S. senators to get over $1 million in funding for prevention activities, and we want to make sure that we are partnering with our municipalities, with our local communities, to get that messaged and to get these products to where they need to go. We need to make sure that these get distributed through our local schools, our local libraries, with buy-in from our local communities. And so I turned to our Director of Public Health in the city of Middletown, Kevin Elak, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm familiar with Doterra pouches, so we've been using those for a little while." So, Joe, I don't know how long these have been on the market, but I think Middletown may have been an early adopter, and we were just so gratified that this was being now brought to scale on a statewide, regional level, so that we can get the word out, so that we can get the materials out to the families who are going to be able to take advantage of these products. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. We've heard that a million times. It's a cliche for a reason. It's true. And as much as our first responders, as Mayor Bronin was alluding to, are better prepared, have more supplies, have more resources than they've had in the past to respond to those crises when they happen, the most effective response is the one that is prevented in the first place. The most effective 911 call is the one that never has to happen. And in order for that to be a reality, we have to rethink the role that drugs play in our society. Just as if we want to have an impact on energy, on climate policy, we have to rethink the role that climate plays in our society. If we want to reduce gun violence, we have to rethink the role that guns play in our society. And this is a small but important step that can really get people thinking differently about how drugs are being used in the home, how they're being made available. It's working in Middletown. It's going to continue to work thanks to this expanded investment, this expanded commitment. Thank you to our federal legislators, to all of the community partners here for making it happen. And thank you to the Governor's Prevention Partnership for your leadership. Thanks so much.